guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So can we actually still surf with Google Chrome on Mac OS Lion? Well, that's a yes and a no. It's very interesting. I thought I'd pull this off as a little experiment for you guys. This is my late 2007 MacBook, which has Mac OS Lion on it. And of course it's the maximum version of Lion. And so I went up to YouTube on Safari, and of course it tells me I need to download a more current version of the browser, be it Google Chrome or a new version of Safari, which, you know, I've just done the latest version of Safari and it still doesn't work properly. Of course YouTube, as you know, is a secure website, and secure websites can kick you off. In fact, a lot of them will, which I found out on my 2009 MacBook Pro with El Capitan, which is a far, far newer OS than Lion is. And it still has some issues, we'll say. But anyways, and El Capitan hasn't had any security updates in like forever. So neither has Lion. However, we did get an update for Safari, which still doesn't work. But I thought, what about Google Chrome? So I went to the About part to check the version of Chrome that it just downloaded for me. And that's version 49.0.2623.1112 64-bit version. The most current version of Chrome that is currently 100% secure, at least until the next update, is 94.0.4606.81 64-bit. Okay? They do state right here, this computer will no longer receive Google Chrome updates because macOS 10.6, 10.7, and 10.8 are no longer supported. Okay, so, but can we surf? That's the big thing. So let's go to dlairgun.com. And immediately, it's a secure website, and it says, I have a clock error. Your clock is ahead. Huh? No, my clock is actually the correct time for where I live. So, if you click Update Date and Time, it opens up your system settings to get you to readjust your clock. Well, I'm set for Toronto, Ontario, which is like 3 hours from me, and there's no time difference between us and Toronto, so we're all good. Right? So this doesn't make sense. Okay, fine. Let's try another website that is a secure one. Airgun Source. It's another place I shop for airgun stuff. No problem. We can surf the website. Piece of cake. PPKs are back? Are they in stock? Yes, they are. Woohoo! Alright. Anyways, one of the most secure websites, or should be at least, would be YouTube. Now, I've not signed into Chrome because I don't trust it for a reason. I've been doing some experimenting. So I really don't trust signing into my Chrome account for YouTube or anything on this laptop. But generalized surfing, it lets me on, which is great. So if we go and we fire up Safari, come on, YouTube, Safari. Now, Safari is definitely a really super old version, even though it is an update that it just gave me today. It's still an old version. And as you can see, it's just kind of like hanging out. It's really not doing anything. So, let's try dlairgun. Safari cannot open the page. Okay, Safari can't establish a secure connection to the server DL Airgun. This is where you're going to get kicked off stuff, right? Especially with Safari. So let's try Airgun source. Nope, ain't gonna happen. So obviously Safari is not going to allow you to surf at all, really. Chrome, on the other hand, this was a fresh download from the Chrome page. So if we go to Chrome, Google Chrome, and download Google Chrome. So Mac with an Intel chip is most common, right? And then of course your other option is Mac with an Apple chip, which is going to be like your Power PCs and like G3, G4, G5 stuff, right? So, you know, or maybe it's an M1 chip. We don't know until we try it. But with an Intel chip, this was the most common download, which I did. And it only gave me this version of Chrome. But it kind of works, you know. But it also kind of really doesn't in another sense, because you're still going to be limited to websites that you're going to be able to get to. So if we go to Hotmail, for example, now that's definitely a secure site. So we would be able to go to a secure site like Hotmail, or Outlook.live.com, in other words. Okay. What about Gmail? Okay, no problem with Gmail. Amazon. Let's go .ca. I'm in Canada. No problem going into Amazon. So we're going to find a large variety of sites that we can still go to. Now, how secure they really are in reality, you're running a completely unsecure operating system. I mean, like I said, Lion has not been updated in forever. It doesn't mean that you can't do surfing. I mean, obviously Safari is going to give you some major issues, but Chrome is going to actually work. Now, the other thing they suggested was Firefox. Okay, so let's try Firefox, and we're going to download Firefox and see how far we can actually, actually that's English Canada. Hey, get back here. Yeah, English Canada. There we go. Alright, what is your preferred installer? Mac OS. I want Firefox. I don't want any beta. So full out Firefox, Mac OS. Download now. So this is going to take about 7 minutes. We'll come back as soon as it's downloaded, though. Alright, that took a little bit longer than expected, but we have Firefox 93.0 DMG file. Let's fire up Firefox. So we're opening up the DMG file, and we're going to install it, and then we're going to fire it up and see what happens. And, yep, not going to work. So, this was Firefox for Mac OS. So because there's the circle with the cross line on it, that means it will not run on this Mac OS. So surprise, surprise, Google Chrome at least works. And it's an older version of Chrome that was last supported for this OS. But Firefox is definitely not going to do it, that's for sure. So that's definitely out. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. So in all, where do we really put old Mac computers nowadays? Well, we use them for gaming, we use them for whatever other programs we can get from places like the Apple Store, and other alternative sources. I have actually gone to what's called the Mac repository, a Macintosh Garden, which allows us to get a lot of old software for the older Mac computers, be it a laptop or what have you. When it comes to surfing, though, you are for now going to be able to still get Google Chrome, although it's an old version. You'll be able to get it, and there will be some secure websites you can actually get to without any difficulty, but some, as we've discovered, like DLR Guns, says our time is wrong, and it won't matter how much we correct it. It's not going to do any good. But even here, this computer will no longer receive Chrome updates because 10.6, 10.7, and 10.8 are no longer supported. So if we want to hit the Learn More button, because I'm actually kind of curious, this is where we're going to go to the blog spot. So, updates to Chrome platform support. Earlier this year, we announced that Google Chrome would continue support for Windows XP through the remainder of 2015. Now, this is going back to 2015 because the date of this was actually November 10th, 2015. Today, we are announcing the end of Chrome support for Windows XP, as well as Vista, macOS 10.6, 10.7, 10.8. Since these platforms are no longer actively supported by Microsoft and Apple, starting in April of 2016, Chrome will continue to function on these platforms, but will no longer receive updates and security fixes. Okay? If you are still on one of these unsupported platforms, we encourage you to move to a newer operating system to ensure that you continue to receive the latest Chrome versions and features. Okay, and of course along with that comes security. So you know that recently we had a really bad security issue that Apple had to fix with an update to the OS. We also got security issues as well with Chrome, which also had to have those holes plugged as well. So you would be running right now Google Chrome very much an open target. Even though you can get to some secure websites, that's fine, and you'll definitely get on the unsecure ones. You are at a severe high risk for two reasons. One, you have an old browser that, yes, it still functions, but you're taking your chances. And two, of course, we have a completely unsecured operating system. So I would probably advise staying off the internet in that case. I definitely recommend and advise staying off the internet. You know, it's kind of nice to be able to try and keep these old dogs running for the internet purposes, but you know what? Eventually they got to die as far as that part goes. But the App Store is still going to be a secure place to go as long as you can get on. Now, that's another thing too. Let's go back to turning the Wi-Fi back on for a minute, and let's just see what we can do here with the App Store. Now, keep in mind we are running Lion. Now, with El Capitan, I can easily get on the App Store. I get all the graphic layouts of the pictures and all this, so I can click on stuff and know what I'm doing, kind of thing. You know, this is what we're getting. Now, this thing's surfing slow anyways, but let's go into just regular, you know, an update area. Let's just click on the updates page. See what we got. No updates are available. Okay, well, that's no big deal. So what about free games? So one of the things that's not going to actually load here is going to be the graphics. So it's kind of like, okay, we got free games. We know we got Solitaire Epic. Can we actually download it though? It says get, so we should be able to get it. Install the app. We could not complete your purchase. Solitaire Epic can't be installed on Macintosh HD because the Mac OS version 10 because Mac OS X version 10.12 or later is required. So we're kind of like not even close to that. So that's a game that definitely won't run. So we should be able to get some of these games. Minecraft build, probably not either. No. So there are games we're definitely not going to get. What's Sudoku maybe? No. So you need at least 10.12. And of course, we're not there. We're at like, what is this, like 10.7.5 or something I'm running? About this Mac, more info. Yeah, so we're at like 10.7.5. So we're going to have to probably go elsewhere now for 10.7.5 programs. You know, or you can keep clicking and trying. But the problem here is we're also not getting pictures showing up. So we're on a secure store, but we're on an unsecured OS. So that's another thing, right? So not everything's going to show, obviously. But yeah, and that's the only way to the App Store is through the app, right? Through the Apple app to get to the App Store. So do as you will, but my advice is stay off the internet. Other than, you know, if you have to reinstall your operating system, that's one thing. There will be updates that will come down for Lion from Apple. Those you'll be able to easily get without a problem to the last of the updates that they supported, at least for now anyway. Because like I said, I got a Safari update today and it's still not high enough Safari update to actually do anything with this thing. Google Chrome does work. It will get you onto YouTube to watch videos. Just don't sign into Chrome because that's a huge security risk in that sense. So I would advise strongly, don't sign into any websites, Hotmail, Gmail. But you know what? People are going to do what they want to do, and that's fine. But I'm just telling you, don't. And with the Google Chrome, as we know, this is a very old version of Chrome, and it's before the latest security patches that had to be done. And so, yeah, it's a wide open target, is what it is. You know, not that it is going to necessarily happen, but your odds are, 6 billion% higher than somebody running a completely secure OS and secure Google Chrome or secure browser of any kind. But anyway, that's what I got for you guys today on this one. So yeah, I would just say use it for older games. Have a newer Mac around that you can download the programs to load it up with games. Use it as a gaming machine. Use it for GarageBand. Use it for doing some old Photoshop programs. It still has a lot of uses to it. It's just useless as far as the internet goes. Definitely not safe for the internet. So that hopefully answers your question. That also would stand for the 2009 MacBook Pro as well. And every single Mac out there that is not capable of running a current secure OS or current secure browser. If you cannot run either one of those together, then stay off the internet. Use these machines for off-internet usages. Okay? They're not garbage. They're still very useful. Just for one thing that they just shouldn't be and can't be doing anymore securely and safely. Anyways, see ya.